$222,000 in just 13 minutes. That's how much Tim lost to an international scammer.
If you have a Facebook account, then you need to pay serious attention. Banks are watching your debit cards linked to your Facebook account get drained in a second and are doing nothing to stop it. In 2025, a chilling new scam has taken shape on Facebook. Fake job ads and verification links so convincing they trick users into handing over their credentials. Scammers then move faster than fraud alerts can trigger, hijacking accounts, linking payment methods, and literally wiping bank accounts to $0 before you even realize something's wrong. This video will show you exactly how the scam works, the red flags to look for, and what to do immediately if your Facebook or bank account is compromised. Stay tuned. How Facebook job scams empty bank accounts. Imagine checking your bank balance one morning on your way to your crappy job and seeing $0, all because you clicked a link on Facebook for a better opportunity. At first glance, these Facebook job offers feel legitimate. Polished logos, HR-style messaging, and promises of part-time or remote job pay. But behind the gloss is a social engineering machine designed to infect your device and your bank account. Once you click on a verification link, you're guided through what looks like a boring HR prompt, like filling out a resume or verifying identity, but it's actually a credential-stealing trap. Once scammers get your login details, they don't wait. They quickly take over your Facebook account, changing your recovery emails so you can't reset passwords. Then they persuade you to link in your payment methods, adding your debit/credit cards or PayPal/Google Pay accounts to payment apps or ads accounts. After that, they reset linked services, using your hacked social login to reset email and bank logins. Then they trigger transfers, pulling funds via authorized push payments, direct withdrawals, or instant peer-to-peer transfers. All the while, you're none the wiser. This woman from Brentwood lost all the money she had saved up after accepting a remote job she thought was with Facebook. "I thought I was doing the right job researching. They said everything right and took everything." 60-year-old Dawn Furseth thought she was getting a job with Facebook's Ad Management Center as their beta tester for placing ads in the platform. She was asked to place money for the ads into her Facebook account, which she did, and was seeing huge profits. But 6 weeks later, everything upended, and over $150,000 was pulled from Dawn's bank account. One stupid mistake. It's gone. Just like Dawn, we're wired to trust opportunity, and job offers tap directly into need. Unlike generic phishing emails that scream fake, these scam posts mimic real HR outreach. They use recruiter lingo exactly as you'd expect. For example, they'll ask you to submit your CV for review to begin verification. Include company logos scraped from real businesses. Redirect you to cloned websites that look identical to official ones. After access is granted, the fraud doesn't just withdraw funds. Scammers link your payment instruments to multiple services, meaning even if the bank blocks one transfer, they can shift to another channel, from direct debit to Apple Pay or crypto wallet. They often add automation scripts that trigger multiple small withdrawals before detection. Then, these scammers attach stolen cards to advertising accounts to run fraud ads. From there, they use your profile to lure your contacts into similar schemes, multiplying the damage. According to the FTC, scams starting on social media have accounted for $2.7 billion in reported losses since 2021. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because most victims never report their loss. And that's why this scam is growing so fast, why this scams keeps amassing millions of victims. Scammers aren't random amateurs. They're organized, data-driven, and exploiting job seekers who are desperate, hopeful, and digitally connected. In 2025, employment-related fraud has become one of the fastest-growing vectors of financial crime worldwide. According to a Lloyd's Bank report, cases of advanced fee job scams, many starting on social media, have risen a staggering 237% so far this year, with over half of those scams originating from platforms like Facebook. Victims lost an average of $1,820, and 7% lost more than $6,400 each. And this is why. Remote work. Normalization. As remote and flexible jobs proliferate, applicants now expect digital contact and online interactions. Scammers impersonate real companies, sometimes using cloned career pages and logos to erode skepticism. They have easy access to applicant data, email addresses, and basic info creates an initial foundation for attackers. AI-assisted deception. Fraudsters use AI tools to generate convincing job descriptions, fake HR emails, chat replies, and even voice messages. These aren't poorly worded phishing attempts. They are highly tailored social engineering hooks designed to mimic real recruiters. AI significantly lowers the cost and skill level needed for criminals to launch these scams at scale. Social media as a launchpad. Statista data from late 2024 shows that social media is a primary contact method for job scams. Nearly 20.19% of employment fraud communications occur through social platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, or Reddit. People implicitly trust material on social media because of visual presentation, friends' interactions, and the false sense of community credibility. One victim described being added to a Telegram work group after clicking a Facebook job reel, initially earning small commissions for simple tasks. Eventually, she was directed to transfer larger chunks of cash for processing fees, totaling nearly $5,000. These tactics aren't simplistic. They leverage incremental trust to reduce suspicion, a psychological exploitation you don't see in simple phishing emails. And here's the most alarming. This scam isn't slowing, it's evolving. Scammers are now combining job scam tactics with money-muling operations, recruitment impersonation, and data harvesting, increasing the chances that a seemingly simple application turns into full-blown identity and financial takeover. You now know why these scams are everywhere. Desperation, fake trust, and perfect timing. But here's the scary part. Most victims say they never felt they were being scammed. It all felt normal until their bank balance vanished. The exact red flags scammers don't want you to notice. The most dangerous scams aren't obvious. They're the ones that feel normal until your money is already gone. Let's get brutally specific. These Facebook job scams follow patterns so precise that once you know them, you'll never unsee them again. The problem? Most people don't know what to look for, only that something feels off after the damage is done. Here's how the trap actually reveals itself if you know where to look. Red flag 1. Verification before an interview. Real employers do not ask you to verify identity, banking access, or devices before a formal interview. Scammers do. The moment you're sent to a link asking for Facebook re-login, Google sign-in, and SMS code confirmation. You're not applying, you're handing over credentials. Red flag 2. Platform hopping. You start on Facebook, then WhatsApp, then Telegram. This is deliberate. Telegram offers anonymity, auto-delete features, and no meaningful enforcement. Legit companies rarely recruit entirely off-platform. Moving you fast reduces your ability to think critically. Urgency is the weapon. Red flag number 3. Small wins, then pressure. Victims are often paid small amounts at first, $50 here, $100 there, to build trust. This is called confidence seeding. Once trust is established, you're asked to pay a processing fee, deposit funds to unlock tasks, link a card for faster payouts. That's when the account takeover begins. Red flag number 4. Fake authority language. You start to hear phrases like, I need compliance approval, HR verification window, and automated onboarding system. These sound official but are non-standard HR terms designed to make you feel overwhelmed and intimidated. By the time you feel something is wrong, they already have access, and they're moving fast. What really happens after you click? How your money disappears so fast. Imagine you close your phone after applying for a job. You go on with your day, you eat, you sleep. What you don't know is that while you're offline, someone else is already inside your account, quietly preparing to empty it. Once scammers get your login details, they don't wait to see what happens. They already know what to do. You're not their first victim. According to Javelin Strategy and Research, bank account takeover fraud rose by 31% in 2023, and in many cases, criminals moved money within hours of gaining access. Now imagine what's happening step by step while you think everything is fine. First, they secure control. After logging in, scammers immediately change your passwords and recovery options. They may add their own email address or phone number as a backup. This is how they make sure you can't reset anything later. Even if you try forgot password, the reset link goes to them, not you. Next, they prepare the money exit. Scammers look for anything connected to cash, your bank app, debit card, PayPal, or any payment app you've ever used. They link your cards to new services or add new payees to your bank account. These actions don't always trigger alerts because you are technically logged in, so the system thinks it's you. The bank doesn't see a thief, it sees a normal user. Then comes the drain. Money is moved out in ways that are fast and hard to reverse. Some funds are transferred to other accounts. Some are pushed through peer-to-peer apps. Some are used to buy gift cards or crypto. Scammers often split the money into smaller amounts to avoid detection. While this is happening, you might still receive normal notifications, or none at all. By the time you open your banking app and realize something is wrong, the balance is already gone. And here's the worst part: time is the only thing that could have saved some of that money. This is why you must know exactly what to do once you notice the red flags. The first 24 hours after you suspect a scam, what to do and why it matters. Imagine you open your banking app and something feels wrong. Maybe the balance looks smaller, maybe you can't log in. At that moment, panic is normal, but what you do next can decide whether some of your money is saved or completely lost. The first 24 hours after a scam are critical. Scammers move fast, but banks move slower unless you force action. This is the window where damage can still be limited. The very first thing you should do is secure your email account. Email is the control center for password resets. If scammers have access to it, they can regain control of everything else. Change your email password immediately and turn on two-factor authentication using SMS or an authenticator app like Google Authenticator. This makes it much harder for anyone else to log in, even if they have your password. Next, move to your banking and payment apps. Log in and change every password. Do not reuse the old one. After changing it, check the account settings carefully. Look for new phone numbers, email addresses, or devices you don't recognize, and remove them. If your app shows recent login locations, review them closely. After securing your logins, contact your bank directly. Do not rely on chatbots or email. Call the fraud or emergency number listed on the back of your card. Tell them clearly that your account may have been compromised through an online job scam. Ask them to freeze transfers, block your cards, and start an unauthorized transaction investigation. The faster you report, the better your chance of stopping pending transfers. Once that is done, begin documenting everything. Take screenshots of messages, fake job posts, verification links, and transaction history. Write down times and amounts. This information will be needed if the bank requests proof or if law enforcement becomes involved. But even after taking these steps, many victims ask the same question: how did I miss the signs? Inside the fake job link, the hidden tricks scammers use to steal your access. Picture this: you're sitting on your couch, tired from a long day and doom scrolling on Facebook, when a job opportunity pops up in your feed. It looks real, but from the moment you tap that link, the scammers begin a carefully planned sequence, step by step, that's designed to take something far bigger than your time, your hard-earned money. To understand how this plays out, it helps to look at the exact mechanics behind these fake links. Scammers don't rely on one trick. They combine several layers that work together to fool you. What makes these fake job links so dangerous is that they are built to disguise themselves as something beneficial. Here's how it typically works. First, the link takes you to a page that looks almost identical to a login page you trust: Facebook, Google, or even your bank. These pages are called credential harvesters, meaning they steal the username and password you type in. You think you're verifying your account for a job, but you're actually handing your login directly to the scammer. Once you enter your email and password, the page may show a verification successful message and even redirect you back to the job post or another page asking for another login step, like confirming your phone number or linking a payment method, reinforcing the illusion that everything is normal. You might think, this looks real. Why would someone fake a job post? That reaction is exactly what scammers count on. They use trust and familiarity against you. Another trick is pre-checked boxes or hidden fields in the form that automatically grant wider access than you intended. For example, syncing your email and bank accounts, or granting extended permissions that let them reset passwords later without your knowledge. Now that you know the pipeline behind the deception, the way one click opens door after door, the next question is simple but terrifying. How do you stop this before it starts? How to stop this scam before it starts. Real actions that actually protect you. Most people fall for this scam not because they are careless, but because they don't know the rules scammers follow. Once you learn those rules, you can block the attack before it reaches your bank. According to Meta's 2024 Adversarial Threat Report, Meta removed over 1.2 billion fake accounts in 2023, many linked to scams involving jobs, payments, and impersonation on Facebook and Instagram. Protection starts before you ever click. The first thing to do is treat Facebook job posts as leads, not applications. If a post claims to be from a real company, never apply through the link provided. Instead, open a new browser tab and search the company name plus the word careers. If the job is real, it will appear on the company's official website. If it doesn't exist there, assume the Facebook post is fake. Next, protect your logins from being stolen in the first place. Turn on two-factor authentication on Facebook, your email, and your bank apps. Use an authenticator app like Google Authenticator or Microsoft Authenticator, not just SMS. This single step can stop scammers even if they get your password. Another important step is locking down app permissions. Go into your Facebook and Google security settings and review apps and websites. Remove anything you don't recognize. Scammers often use hidden permissions to maintain access long after the first click. Once you remove access, they lose power. You should also change how you respond to urgency. Any job message that pushes you to verify now, act fast, or limited slots is designed to rush you. A job doesn't ask you for money, but rather pays you. Real employers do interviews. Scammers do pressure. Even with all these protections, many people who have fallen victim still don't get their money back. Well, that's because banks struggle to stop this fast enough. There are things your banks can legally do and things they can't. Why banks struggle to stop these scams and why getting your money back is so hard. People who fall victim to these scams often hear the words, "We'll investigate, but we can't guarantee a refund." That moment hits hard, especially when you think about how hard it had taken you to save up the money. Many victims assume banks can instantly reverse scam transactions. The truth is more complicated. Most of these Facebook job scams fall under something called authorized transactions. That means the system sees the transfers as coming from you because your real login details were used. From the bank's point of view, nothing looked wrong until it was too late. When scammers log in using your correct username and password, bank security systems often assume the activity is legitimate. The location might be new, but people travel. The device might be unfamiliar, but phones change. By the time red flags appear, the money has already moved through multiple accounts. Another reason recovery is difficult is speed. Scammers don't leave money sitting in one place. They move it through several accounts, sometimes across borders, within minutes. Once funds leave the original bank, getting them back requires cooperation from other banks, payment apps, or even foreign institutions, and that process can take weeks, if it works at all. You may also hear banks say that you shared credentials. Even though you were tricked, banks often see this as a breach of user responsibility. This doesn't mean you did something wrong, it means the rules haven't caught up with how modern scams work. Scammers understand bank rules better than most customers, and they exploit those gaps. This is why reporting matters in the long run. This scam thrives on speed, confusion, and silence. No one wants to tell you they got scammed from a job application on Facebook. You'll sound stupid. But the more people report these scams, the more it loses its power, and then banks and regulators are pressured to increase protections, improve warnings, and update refund policies. That being said, have you ever been scammed from a job offer you saw online? Please share your experience in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and notify to stay informed.